Hello, this is hopefully a quick video. This is just a quick continuation of the previous video in which we were using a chair to help get up into a back against the wall handstand. I'll just show you a few other props that you can use and also the sort of progression. Basically you're going to be going from higher props to gradually lower props so that you get comfortable moving up into the handstand with the back against the wall, and then the next step from there is to work on jumping up into handstand, which I'll cover either in this video or in the next video, so stay tuned. So as you can see, I've moved my dresser drawers as a prop, and ideally what you would use, if you had a step ladder that was fairly sturdy, the step ladder would be ideal because you could start off at the top rung and move your way gradually down. Just make sure that it doesn't slip, that it's on perhaps a sticky mat or something so that it doesn't slide away from you. But here, and depending on your height, you may need to use something either higher or lower. But here, again, I'll start off with opening the chest and use my shoulders to press my hands into the floor and approximately even pressure front to back. And then from there, I'll push my foot down into the top of the dresser and reach the other foot up. Now the beauty of this is if I fall back, if I go too far towards the wall will save me, and I might have to bend my elbows. I wouldn't recommend it. And actually for a beginner that might be a little bit too far away from the wall. If you do want to use the wall for support, you might be better off being closer to the wall. So again, chest open, use the shoulders to push the hands into the floor, shift your weight forward or back so there's even pressure at the front of the hand, push the foot into the top, and then reach the leg up. And here, if I go too far to the wall, okay, that's actually not too bad, and I can then use my foot to push me away from the wall if I feel stuck. And actually that's what I'd recommend. I think I said it in the previous video. When you do get up, practice using your foot to push you away from the wall so you get comfortable with that action. When you're upside down, you have to recalibrate or learn you have to relearn how to control your body. So with getting up comfortably using this, practice using your foot. So again, chest, shoulders, hands, weight even front to back in the hands, leg up. I'm touching the wall, I'm going to push my foot into the wall. I'll push my foot into the wall. So actually try this, foot against the wall, foot on the top of the drawers, foot against the wall, foot on the top of the drawers, foot against the wall, foot on top of the drawers. And that should get you reasonably comfortable with moving, once you get up, moving away from the wall. If you find yourself jumping up and suddenly, balanced, you can then get away without panicking. Now here I've got my old chair. Notice the difference in height is quite a bit, so this is actually a bit too big of a jump. So you could use yoga blocks, maybe the back of the chair. Again, that's why I suggest a step ladder. The rung height makes for a nice progression. But anyway, let's move the dresser out of the way. Chair in place. Again, make sure the chair, whatever you're using, doesn't slide. So here you can do the same thing. Chest, shoulders, push the hands in. One leg up. And here I'm going to have to hop a little bit. So foot against the wall, foot against the chair. Foot against the wall, foot against the chair. Foot against the wall, and then come down. So you can see there how easily the chair is moving. So do use a mat, or if you've got it, use a chair that's a bit more sturdy, and obviously not a chair that's got rollers. So be aware, it might take a little bit of practice using some sort of prop to get used to being against the wall with your back. But once you are reasonably comfortable, then you could try jumping. And the idea when jumping is to try and keep the same feeling. So I'll have to do another video for jumping technique. For now I'm going to assume that you can. Although be aware, I am aware there are people, I have a lot of students who have a lot of difficulty jumping. So be aware it may take some core strength, just general body awareness. So the idea, the topic of jumping can be a whole video series in itself of sort of kicking up. But anyway, so with what I'd suggest, start with your shoulders over your wrists so that you feel your hands pressing down with even pressure. So you can press your shoulders down Use your shoulders, press down, your hands into the floor, shift forward and back so weight is even on your hands, and try a little jump. And when you jump, so rather than going forward, rather than going back, focus on keeping the sensation even in your hands. And for that, it's good if you start with little jumps. So you're going to need a little bit, practice a little bit of control here. So chest open, shoulders, use your shoulders, press the hands into the floor, shift your shoulders forward and back, shift your body forward and back so your hands press down with even pressure. Try a little jump. You try with the leg switch. Try a little jump. And try a little jump. Notice I'm going a little bit higher each time. Try a little jump. Shoulders, hands, try a little jump. And there, I'm against the wall. Actually, sort of can't see it, but there's actually a ledge which my foot is touching before I touch the wall. So that is what I'd suggest you can work on. For kicking technique, one of the problems I do see people doing, and this is something I will talk about right now, is when they get higher, some of my students will actually kick, and when they get up, their knee will be bent, so they'll be doing something like this. So they'll jump again, and you see what's happening. My foot, this foot with the knee bent, actually stops me from getting my hips towards the wall. So with my hips forward of my hands, I can't actually balance, and neither can they. So when you're kicking, if you start with the knee bent, make sure that as you kick your leg back and up, you straighten the leg. And so something you might practice so you get a feel for it is slowly straighten the leg, feel it, and then relax. Straighten the leg, relax. Straighten the leg, relax. And straighten the leg as you swing it upwards. Straighten the leg and swing it up. And what I'm also doing is doing a little bit of a hop with the other leg, so you could practice that as a separate action. Hop, hop, and then together. Hop and straighten, like so. And so what you can aim at doing is, if you have that problem, first learn how to straighten your leg, and then try to straighten your leg and hop in such a way that it carries both of your legs up and at the same time carries your butt towards the wall. So what you can aim to do with your hands close enough to the wall is get your butt against the wall. Butt against the wall. And my legs are a little bit forward and I'm close enough to the wall that I won't be able to balance. But at any rate, that's all right for now. So chest, shoulders, kick. Okay, and now my legs up against the wall and I can balance. Okay? So that's the next step. Again, after you've done that, you might use any of the warm-up from the previous video if you haven't already started doing that. More important is that you don't just sort of like jump into it. If you work into handstands slowly, as I've done in this video, like I'm not really warmed up, you may find that the actual exercises that I've just shown can serve as a warm-up, especially if you move into them slowly and smoothly. So rather than just planting your hands up on the floor and kicking up as fast as you can, moving into it gently and focus on feeling your body while you're doing it, or focus on feeling a part of your body while you're practicing. You may find you need to cool down, and again, my general go-to exercise after a handstand to relax and cool down is just a hanging forward bend with the shoulders relaxed. So this would be tense, this is relaxed. If you need to, you can bend your knees, wiggle your hips, like so. Anyway, hopefully that is helpful. If you have any questions, I'll post a link to a comment form on my website, sensationalyogaposes.com. Please do visit my website anyway. I've got a lot of information on there. Some of it's getting a little bit old, but you may find it answers some of your questions. And please share if you like this video, or like this video and share it with your friends. Thank you very much. Namaste.